Tonight, Spurs end a 28-year wait for Stamford Bridge victory.
Manchester City could win the title against their rivals.
Zlatan scores a screamer on debut.
LeBron James rips up the record books again.
And Joshua shows his class against Parker.
A very good evening, Africa. You are watching Kwese Sports News. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to 30 minutes of the latest in the sports from across the globe.
Now we start the week on a bit of a somber note after news broke of the untimely passing of Mama Winnie Madikizela Mandela. On behalf of all of us here at Kwese Sports, may her soul rest in peaceful power. We start with football, where Tottenham Hotspur ended their 28-year victory drought at Stamford Bridge as they came from a goal down to beat Chelsea 3-1 and open up an 8-point gap on the Blues for Champions League qualification. Chelsea drew first blood as Alvaro Morata punished a Hugo Lloris mistake to put the Blues 1-0 up. Christian Eriksen led the fight back with a screamer on the stroke of half-time before Adele Ali's second half brace earned Spurs their first win at the Bridge since February 1990.
I think we are in the race for the top four. To achieve the top four on the end of the season, that is our challenge. And of course, very happy. I think today we start 1-0 down against Chelsea. I think the team showed great character and of course good quality. And I think on the end we deserve the victory.
Chelsea's chances of a top four finish are looking unlikely, having won just 3 of their last 10 league games. Pressure is also mounting on Antonio Kwese, who admits his immediate future is not guaranteed.
We must be realistic to understand that the teams that stay ahead of us, they are going very fast, very speed, yeah. And today we had a great chance to reduce the gap with Tottenham, and we lost this chance.
At the Emirates, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's double and Alexandre Lacazette penalty saw Arsenal secure a late 3-0 victory over strugglers at Stoke City. Having been booed off at half-time with the game still goalless, Aubameyang's penalty in the 70th minute broke the deadlock. He then doubled his tally in the 86th minute, scoring from a Mesut Ozil corner. The Gabonese striker passed on the chance to claim a hat-trick, generously handing the ball to substitute Alexandre Lacazette to convert Arsenal's second penalty that sealed the maximum points.
First of all, Stoke played well, and secondly, we didn't play well in the first half at all, and we lacked urgency, pace, drive, and in the second half we rectified that, and as much as I felt in the first half we could lose this game, in the second half I always felt we will win this game.
Manchester City, meanwhile, clinched a comfortable 3-1 victory over Everton on Saturday for their 27th victory in 31 clashes. The Blues can secure the title next week at home against Manchester United, but Pep Guardiola preferred to focus on the crucial Champions League quarter-final against Liverpool midweek.
Now we are closer than ever, so we have one game to win. If we are not able to win, okay, we have 6 more chances, so we are so close. I'm so happy for the performance today after 3 weeks without game. You never know how we will react after a long time ago not being together, but the first half was so good. Even the second half was good too. I understand that people is talking about United, but United now, all decision going to take is thinking about Liverpool. The game before United and after United, so that is what it is.
The Citizens have broken several records already this season, and with 7 games remaining, here's what else they are closing in on. Most of those appear to be very much in reach for Guardiola's side.
Romelu Lukaku's 100th Premier League goal helped Manchester United to a 2-0 win over Swansea City on Saturday. The Belgians' milestone effort, followed by an Alexis Sanchez strike, were enough to seal all 3 points at Old Trafford and move United back above Liverpool into second place on the table.
Come on, let's finish. He has to go. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. In jovial mood after the win over Swansea, Mourinho invited counterpart Carlos Carvajal to sit with him for his post-match press conference. The win means United remain on course for their highest league finish since winning the title in the 2012-13 season. And with the club still in the FA Cup, Mourinho has pointed to that as evidence of their improvement.
We deserve to finish second. In spite of what you can say, the critics you can make, you all say that the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, they are all better than us, but they are not better than us because we have more points than them. So we are going to fight every match, 7 matches to go. We are going to fight to try to finish second.
So, Hugo, West Brom have decided to part ways with Alan Pardew after an 8th back-to-back defeat against Burnley over the weekend. Do you think it's a little bit too late, considering that they're languishing at the bottom of the log right now?
I think obviously they need to win 4 or 5 games, Nat, in order to make it next season. But, you know, clearly that's not happening. They haven't won any of their last 5 games. They have anything to go by. I think they haven't won anything in their last 18 games.
Yeah. So who else do you think is going to get relegated? I know that Southampton and Stoke City, it's looking pretty rough for them, but I think Crystal Palace should also be a little bit wary, don't you think?
Crystal Palace have a little bit of a chance of survival, but certainly, as you say, Southampton and Stoke City, I think, are in a lot of trouble. But, you know, in a few games' time, we will know.
It is football and it is unpredictable, so we'll see.
5 of the top 6 claimed wins of this past weekend, while Pardew's fate was sealed with that defeat to Burnley. Mo Salah scored the winners. Liverpool defeated Crystal Palace 2-1, while Spurs claimed the London derby bragging rights after a 3-1 win at Chelsea. So Man City are romping clear at the top of the table, and the race for second place continues between the Red Devils and the Reds. Tottenham round off the top 4, and Chelsea looks set to play in the Europa League next season, while the Gunners remain in 6th following that victory over Stoke.
Some Bundesliga action now, where Bayern Munich all but secured its unprecedented 6th consecutive Bundesliga title after schooling Borussia Dortmund with a 6-0 hiding on Saturday. Robert Lewandowski kicked off a hat-trick against his former side in the 5th minute after Thomas Müller was left in plenty of space to play him through. Though the Poland striker looked offside, there was no intervention from the video referee. A fierce-looking Bayern continued to tear Dortmund apart, with James Rodriguez, Müller and Frank Ribery also adding to the scoreline. The log leaders were denied their moment to be crowned champions as second-place Schalke beat Freiburg 2-0 to make it 6 wins in a row. But the Bavarians can wrap up the title when they face Augsburg next weekend.
Yes, I think most of the fans and most of the players would like it to win the title at home. But of course now we'll try to win it in Augsburg. It's the closest game to home, so maybe that's okay.
In selected Bundesliga results, Werder Bremen sealed a late 2-1 home win over Frankfurt, while RB Leipzig made it 4 games unbeaten with the 3-2 victory over Hanover. Bayern are in front with all the comfort in the world as second-place Schalke look to fend off an incoming Borussia Dortmund, who trail by just 4 points.
To Spain now, where Real Madrid nudged aside Las Palmas at 3-0 as Gareth Bale netted a brace to help Los Blancos gain an invaluable 3 points away from home.
Madrid's win over the weekend further closed the distance, separating them from second-place Atletico Madrid to just 4 points.
It was not an easy game after the international break, especially because we had just 2 days to get ready for the match. Las Palmas needed the points, but when we scored, the match became easy for us. We added another 3 points with players that usually don't have many minutes, so I am very happy for the players.
The win was even more important as Barcelona were held to a 2-2 draw when they travelled to Sevilla. The Catalan Giants had to settle for a second-half feature from talisman Lionel Messi, who is nursing an injury.
Of course, Messi has a lot of importance, and that is because he is decisive. Every time he touches the ball, he is decisive. He didn't start, but I wanted him to start the second half. Maybe because of his injury, we wanted to avoid a worse situation.
In other results, Atletico Madrid took all 3 points against Deportivo La Coruña. Malaga beat Villarreal, while Valencia secured an all-important win against Leganes as they challenged for a 3rd-place finish. Barca just have a 5-point advantage ahead of Atletico with Real in third. Valencia are in fourth, while Sevilla and Villarreal round off the top 6.
Continuing with more football, this time in the USA, where Zlatan Ibrahimovic made his presence felt as he marked his LA Galaxy debut in typically flamboyant fashion with a 35-yard equalizer and a stoppage time winner in a stunning 4-3 win over Los Angeles FC. It took the 36-year-old Swede just 6 minutes to make an impact after coming on as a substitute in the 71st minute before taking center stage to win the game for the Galaxies as they came back from 3-0 down.
I'm still hungry. Was a good start. If you look back, every team I came to, first official game, I scored. And I said I will not let it down today. I will score also today, and I was just waiting to come in, because when you lose 3-0, the adrenaline is pumping even more, because you wanna be able to do something, help the team, especially when they're in a difficult situation. And I just wanted to come in, and then the fans were demanding something, and I gave them Zlatan.
Zlatan has a flair for debut goals, all right. The talismanic striker has scored in his league bows in Holland, Italy, Spain, France and England. And he gave them another Zlatan in Hollywood this weekend.
Aubameyang's double further cements his increasing status as a key signing for the Gunners with 7 league games to go. Apart from the Gabonese, several Africans also impressed as we look at the top performers from this past weekend. In Germany, Senegal's Salif Sané was on target in Hannover's 3-2 loss to RB Leipzig. Sané struck late for his third of the season as Hannover lost their 5th consecutive match in the Bundesliga. In the Serie A, Nigeria's Joel Obi came off the bench to score as Torino brushed aside Cagliari by 4-0. It marked the 5th league goal of the season for the left-footed midfielder. In England, DR Congo's Yannick Bolasie scored in Everton's 3-1 loss to Pep's men. It was Bolasie's first league goal in 17 months as the Toffees suffered their 14th defeat this season. And finally, both Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane were on song as Liverpool piled more misery on Crystal Palace. The Egyptian has now scored in 21 different league games this season, equaling Cristiano Ronaldo and Robin van Persie's record. Mane, meanwhile, became the joint highest scoring Senegalese player in Premier League history. Salah is now 9 clear of Porto's Moussa Marega from Mali, who has smashed in 20. Maraga's Cameroonian teammate Vincent Abubakar has 15. Salah also dominates the assist section with Leicester's Riyad Mahrez not far off. Mane, Schalke's Amin Harit and Porto's Yassine Brahimi are also some of the chief creators this season.
Up next, OKC in 3-match losing streak.
And who will Anthony Joshua face next?
Bank Mobile.
This is EcoBank Mobile, putting powerful digital banking at your fingertips, letting you open an account using just your mobile, or to send money instantly in and across 33 African countries, to pay bills and top up airtime easily, even to shop in-store cash-free with EcoBank Scan and Pay. EcoBank Mobile. Download it now.
Kumi have created a seamless platform that brings control and monitoring of your health, home, and office right to your fingertips. Some call it the Internet of Things. At Kumi, we're just connecting life.
Kumi, connected life.
Beyond speed. beyond gold, beyond flying, and beyond champion. So why limit your entertainment? Experience the next level of awesome.
Is everybody ready?
With star-studded movies, thrilling series, the best kids shows, and a whole lot more.
Do you watch any other reality shows?
I watch every reality show.
Subscribe to world-class entertainment that is specially tailored for you. Kwese, it's just beyond TV.
You're watching Kwese Sports News.
That's right, we are live every weeknight at 1900 CAT.
In the NBA this weekend, there was no shortage of electrifying action as 13 games lit up Easter Sunday. One of the major highlights of the weekend was undoubtedly the clash between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans. After a slow start, Russell Westbrook ended up being the star of the show, netting a triple-double. The skillful point guard finished with 26 points, 15 rebounds and 13 assists to help the Oklahoma City Thunder defeat the New Orleans Pelicans 109-104. With the Thunder still trying to secure playoff positioning, the team is depending on the perennial all-star to maintain his impressive rebound and assist numbers. He has scored between 26 and 37 points in 5 of the last 7 games, while keeping his contributions in other categories at high levels. Westbrook has now charted multiple steals in 4 straight contests.
Now to another NBA MVP, as LeBron James broke Michael Jordan's NBA record on Friday by scoring at least 10 points in his 867th straight regular season game. It's a streak the Cavaliers superstar could make nearly untouchable by the end of his brilliant career. James started Friday's game against New Orleans sharing the mark with Jordan, one of his boyhood heroes.
Well, it probably go on my trophy case with a lot of my other accomplishments in my life, and it's a good moment, a special moment for not only myself but for my family. And for so many kids that look up to me for inspiration. To know that you can actually go out there and do it, and knowing where I come from. Growing up, 30 minutes south of here, the statistics is just always stacked up against you, and for me to be in this position today, being able to accomplish something that a lot of people never thought. Will happen again, or be able to break a record like that. It means a lot for me, and it means more, like I said, to the youth that kind of needs hope.
In selected NBA results, the Warriors have shaken off their rough start as they rolled past the Suns 117-107. The Kings beat the Lakers to snap their 4-game losing streak. There were also wins for the Trailblazers and the Pistons. The Cavs face the Raptors next, while the Dubs go on the road to take on OKC as the regular season winds down. Catch it all on Kwese Sports.
British star Anthony Joshua maintained his perfect professional record on Saturday night when he defeated Joseph Parker by unanimous points verdict at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. It will, however, be an encounter remembered for refereeing decisions taken by Giuseppe Cotteroni. Joshua, who is now unbeaten in 21 fights, beat Parker in 12 rounds, with referee Cotteroni criticised for his repeated interventions when the two boxers got inside. That did not only frustrate the boxers, but the crowd too. Parker was especially critical of the ref's inability to communicate in English.
When the ref came to the back, he couldn't really speak English. And Kev was trying to talk to him and sort of ask him questions about how he's going to control the fight. No, we're not saying the ref. No, we're not blaming the ref. But when we got on the inside and try to work, but Kev can answer that. He tried to communicate with the ref and didn't really speak English. So.
High off his latest win and with his eyes set on unifying the division, the Brit called out his challengers.
Wilder or Fury, either one. All these years, the UK fighters had to go to America. Everyone had to spend a heap of money to go to Vegas. We can do it in London, around Wembley, Cardiff. It's local. We're staying right here. We're staying right here. We're staying right here.
Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn addressed the much talked about Joshua Wilder potential bout, and it doesn't seem to be that far away.
Deontay Wilder was supposed to be here tonight, but he pulled out. Last fight, he boxed in front of about 6,000 to 7,000. Showed Deontay Wilder what 80,000 sounds like. Deontay Wilder's people don't contact us, they don't want to know. He talks the talk, he can't walk the walk. And if AJ says if he wants to come here, he'll get knocked spark out.
Now, after unifying the WBA, IBF and WBO World Heavyweight titles, many wonder who is next for Anthony Joshua. Speculation is rife that WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder is in pole position to trade punches next with the Brit. Tyson Fury gave his predictions of the impending dream bout while giving his candid assessment of the big fight of the past weekend.
That was a fight. Performance by both fighters. Listen, AJ, please don't fight Wilder because he'll knock your spark out and take my 50 million. Let me break you in your little bum.
The Gypsy King will return to the ring this summer and could be handed an opportunity to justify his harsh running commentary. AJ surely wouldn't be amused by his words nor the caption that accompanied his last Instagram post. Deontay Wilder was equally animated after watching the explosive bout.
My grandma always told me, if I ain't had something nice to say then, baby, don't say nothing at all. That's all I'm going to say, man, this out. The baddest man in the world, the baddest man on the planet, and that's facts.
It will be interesting to see how Anthony Joshua responds to all the banter by his rivals. The best comeback to both men will surely be to accept their challenge and end all the trash talk with knockout blows.
Certainly there's no argument that if he fights Tyson Fury, that Mr. Fury will be left reeling. But Deontay Wilder, Nans, I'm not entirely sure that AJ is ready.
Really? So he hasn't convinced you yet?
Well, not as far as a brawler is concerned, because that is what Deontay Wilder is. He is a brawler. And for me, Anthony Joshua, a little bit of a nice boxer.
Look, I'm definitely on Team AJ. I do not agree with you. I do not think AJ is a nice boxer. So bring on Deontay Wilder.
See it in a few months. To tennis now, where John Isner became the first American male since Andy Roddick in 2010 to lift the Miami Open title following a 6-7, 6-4, 6-4 win over Alexander Zverev in Sunday's final. In front of a crowd that included David Beckham, the two went the distance in the first set before Zverev won the tiebreak. Isner would break the German twice in the second set before winning it 6-4. Zverev then saved 5 break points in the decider, but couldn't stop Isner's momentum as the American's 18th ace of the match sealed a 6-7, 6-4 and 6-4 victory. It is Isner's 13th career title, and he now moves back into the top 10.
Incredible. I mean, sorry, this tournament has so much history. Never, ever could have imagined myself playing the last singles match at this historic site and being the winner, being the last winner here at Crandon Park. It's amazing. This is the best moment of my career, for sure. And to do it here in the United States, where I have always played well, makes it extra special.
In the women's game, Sloane Stephens has moved to a career-high 9th place in the WTA rankings following a straight-set win over Jelena Ostapenko in the Miami Open final. The win saw her clinch her 6th career title.
It was a nervy start for both, as 8 breaks of serve characterized the first meeting between the pair. Having not lost a set all tournament, French Open champion Ostapenko made 29 unforced errors on her way to a 7-5 loss in the tiebreak.
Set point number 4 seals the first set for Sloane Stephens.
The second set saw Ostapenko broken twice as Stephens went 3-1 up. The American would hold her nerve to win the next 3 games to close out the match in 1 hour and 31 minutes. Success in Miami means the US Open champion has won all 6 finals that she's competed in.
The US Open champion saves her best for home soil.
Round of 64 action has just wrapped up at the Volvo Car Stadium. That is where the Volvo Open is taking place. And Varvara Lapchenko has defeated Andrei Petkovic 6-4, 7-5.
In cricket, Pakistan claimed the second largest victory margin in T20s as they thrashed the West Indies by 143 runs in the first T20 match on Sunday, as cricket returned to Karachi for the first time in 9 years. 8,000 police were deployed for the game, which was the first played in Pakistan against international opposition since a bus attack on the Sri Lankan team in 2009. The jet-lagged Windies only arrived that morning but won the toss and elected to field first. Debutant Hussein Talat, top scored with 41, as a home side posted 203 for 5 in their 20 overs. Their joint highest total in this format. In response, only 3 Windies players reached double figures as they were all out for 60 in 13.4 overs, their lowest ever T20 total.
Yeah, obviously it has been very nice coming here. You know, with concern cricket not being here in a couple of years now. I think they have done an excellent job. We feel very safe, and obviously the fans on the ground was very nice. A lot of energy around the ground, and you know, we feel comfortable being here.
The second match is already underway, and Pakistan put themselves in a decent position after posting a respectable total, thanks to 50s from Babar Azam and Hussein Talat. The Windies are now in danger of losing the series with 1 match to play. Australia have taken it to a 5th day, but they are staring down the barrel of a 3-1 series defeat to the Proteas after the South Africans set a target of 612. Morne Morkel, playing in his last test match and struggling with an injury, took 2 of the first 3 wickets to leave Australia 88 for 3 at stumps on day 4.
We round off this evening with some golf, and Ian Poulter has earned his spot at the upcoming Masters after defeating rookie Beau Hossler at the first extra playoff hole to clinch the Houston Open. Coming into Sunday's final round, Poulter and Hossler were tied on 14 under. The Englishman pulled 3 clear, standing on the 11th tee before finding himself 1 behind when Hossler birdied 4 holes in succession to move to 19 under par. Poulter then sunk a 20-foot birdie putt at the 72nd green to tie Hossler's score of 67 and send the game into a playoff. Hossler's inexperience told in the first extra hole as he hit his 3rd shot from a greenside bunker into a water hazard, handing Poulter the win.
The win just doesn't mean getting to Augusta. There's a lot bigger things on the horizon. You know, it's been a long road the last couple of years with injury. You know, questioning whether I've got a PGA Tour card or not. And then obviously having some form and not quite finishing off in the past. So to get my first stroke play victory is a big one.
Ian Poulter clinched his first title since 2012. Jordan Spieth warmed up for the Masters with a closing 66 to share 3rd place with Emiliano Grillo. Tyrone Asvegen was the best placed South African, tied 32 on 9 under. And that's it from us for tonight. Remember, you can tweet us at Kwese Sports using the hashtag Kwese News and follow us on Facebook at Kwese Sports.
And to keep yourself up to date with all the latest sporting news, visit our website at kweseespn.com.
It's a wrap for tonight, but we will be back again tomorrow at 1900 CAT for more.
So from all of us here at Kwese Sports, Sare Jaganak.
Good night.
EcoBank Mobile.